Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Operation Sindhu brings citizens home. 110 Indian students safely evacuated from Iran on a special flight from Yerevan, Armenia. Government remains committed to the safety of Indian nationals abroad. Prime Minister Modi concludes his three-nation visit to Cyprus, Canada and Croatia. Successful meetings with global leaders on sidelines of G7 summit. Receiving highest civilian honour of Cyprus is the highlight of the trip. Israel and Iran exchange barrage of missiles amid reports of US moving military assets in West Asia. Trump says Iran's got a lot of trouble and wants to negotiate. Khamenei rejects Trump's ultimatum to surrender. Russian President Putin says ready for substantive talks with Ukraine on peaceful settlement. On possibility of meeting Trump, Putin says meeting with him should be well prepared and bring positive results. Hurricane Erick strengthens to Category 4 off Mexico's Pacific coast. President Sheinbaum urges caution and evacuation from low-lying areas or near rivers. Amid escalating tensions in West Asia and the ongoing Iran-Israel conflict, India has launched Operation Sindhu to evacuate its nationals from conflict zones in Iran. The first batch of 110 Indians, including 90 students from Jammu and Kashmir, has safely reached New Delhi. Evacuated citizens have thanked the government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We get you details in our next report.
In the early hours of Thursday, first group of 110 Indian nationals evacuated under Operation Sindhu landed in New Delhi. Operation Sindhu is a coordinated effort to evacuate Indian nationals from Iran amid growing regional unrest in West Asia. The evacuees included 90 students from the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. They made a challenging road journey to Armenian capital Yerevan under close supervision of Indian missions in Iran and Armenia.
We were hoping that there will be a swift action, and it did. The Ministry of External Affairs and the embassy in Iran, Indian embassy in Iran, they helped us a lot. And when they came to our doorsteps and they told us we are bringing you home, and it was like I felt so happy. And because airspace was closed, they firstly relocated us to Armenia through ground borders, and within one day they airlifted us back to India, to our home, to our soil, and we're very happy. And we like to thank the government of India.
On June 18th, they boarded Indigo Flight 6E9487, which was specially arranged as part of the rescue operation. Their arrival in India marked conclusion of a crucial first step in a complex evacuation mission.
So we have planes ready. We'll be sending another plane today. We are evacuating some more people from Turkmenistan. Today another plane will be going, and our missions have opened a 24-hour line for any request for evacuation. And as the situation evolves, we'll be sending more planes, more chartered flights to evacuate all Indian nationals from Iran. Right now, there is no such requirement, and we see no such need for the Indian Air Force right now. And we are having a good cooperation from both Armenia and Turkmenistan in evacuating our Indian nationals. And I'd like to thank the government for the help they are giving us to evacuate our students and our nationals.
With hundreds of Indian nationals still stuck in Iran, Operation Sindhu will continue, once again reaffirming India's resolve that no citizen will be left behind in times of crisis. Tapas Bhattacharya's report for DD India.
DD India correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya also spoke exclusively to some of the evacuated Indian nationals. Let's listen in.
110 Indian nationals have been evacuated from Iran and they have arrived in New Delhi's airport. Ma'am, what's your name?
Behishta Bashir Khan. I'm from Kashmir.
Okay. How many people are from Kashmir in this, in this particular flight? I believe a lot of people are there.
Yeah, more than 90.
More than 90.
Yeah.
And how does it feel when things were getting difficult and you guys were taken out from there?
First of all, grateful that we are here, landed safely.
All of a sudden, everything happened in a jiffy. We didn't know how we left Iran. We arrived in Armenia and then in India. So we are thankful to the Indian government and MEA.
We are very grateful and we are here, thank God, by the grace of God. And, it was very terrifying over there. Yeah, it is worth, and we are happy to see our family. We will be happy to see our family.
What was your experience there? It was difficult to be there?
It's not difficult because it was difficult because every night we see missile in the sky. It was difficult for us. I just want to say thanks Indian government for evacuating us.
Yeah. What about you, sir? We have seen that Indian government has been helping Indian nationals. Prime Minister Modi has also been talking about that. What is your take on that?
We are so thankful to the Indian government for helping us out. It was so terrifying there, watching missiles all over the skies. We were so terrified. We thank the Modi government, we thank the Indian government and the embassy for helping us out.
That's the reaction coming in from the Indian nationals who were evacuated from Iran. Absolutely thankful to the government for getting them out of the kind of mess that was there in Iran right now. The situation is very complex out there. With camera person Naveen, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
From war zones to disaster-hit regions, the Modi government's rescue missions have brought thousands of Indians home safely. Be it Iraq, Yemen, Ukraine, Sudan or Iran, India's commitment to its diaspora stands firm, living up to the promise, no Indian will ever be left behind.
Shaken by wars, pandemic and natural disaster, one nation has stood tall in safeguarding its people. It's India. Whether it was the civil war in Iraq, the devastating earthquake in Nepal or the deadly conflict in Yemen, the Modi government launched a swift, decisive rescue mission to bring Indians home safely. Operation Sindhu is the latest evacuation effort to evacuate Indian nationals from Iran. From Operation Maitri to Rahat, from Sankat Mochan in South Sudan to Operation Devi Shakti in Taliban-held Afghanistan, no terrain was too tough, no crisis too big. During COVID-19, Operation Vande Bharat and Samudra Setu brought back millions. In Ukraine, the tricolor became a shield under Operation Ganga, rescuing thousands of Indian students. And most recently in Sudan and Israel, Operation Kavri and Ajay brought stranded citizens to safely amidst gunfire and chaos. Even foreign nationals found refuge in India's mission, a true reflection of Vishwa Bandhu, the friend of the world. In the word of Sushma Swaraj, even if you are stuck on Mars, Indian Embassy will help you. A decade of unwavering commitment, proving time and again that no Indian will ever be left behind. This is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from the
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is en route to India after concluding his three-nation visit to Cyprus, Canada and Croatia, marking a significant milestone in the bilateral relations between the three countries. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first stop was Cyprus, followed by Canada, where he attended the G7 summit, and then Croatia, making it the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to the European nation. In a significant milestone in India's foreign policy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has become the first Indian leader to visit Croatia. The visit marks a pivotal advancement in India's outreach to Central Europe, highlighted by key diplomatic engagements, strategic partnerships and meaningful gestures aimed at strengthening bilateral cooperation. A detailed report ahead.
In a historic first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Croatia, scripting a new chapter in India's diplomatic outreach to Europe. Meeting his counterpart, Prime Minister Andrej Plenković in Zagreb, the two leaders underscored their shared democratic values and mutual aspiration for stronger bilateral ties. Together, they unveiled an ambitious roadmap for cooperation, pledging to elevate India-Croatia relations to new heights. From defense and semiconductors to connectivity and cultural exchange, the discussions covered a broad spectrum. 4 key MOUs were signed, spanning agriculture, science and technology, culture, and the renewal of a Hindi chair.
हमने द्विपक्षीय व्यापार को बढ़ाने और विश्वसनीय सप्लाई चेन तैयार करने के लिए कई क्षेत्रों में सहयोग बढ़ाने का निर्णय लिया है। हम फार्मा, एग्रीकल्चर, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, क्लीन टेक्नोलॉजी, डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, सेमीकंडक्टर, ऐसे कई महत्वपूर्ण विषयों में सहयोग को बढ़ावा देंगे। शिप बिल्डिंग और साइबर सिक्योरिटी में सहयोग बढ़ाया जाएगा। हमने अपने एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशंस और सेंटर्स के बीच जॉइंट रिसर्च और कोलैबोरेशन पर बल दिया है। भारत अपने स्पेस अनुभव को क्रोएशिया के साथ साझा करेगा।
Prime Minister Modi expressed deep appreciation for Croatia's steadfast support in India's fight against cross-border terrorism. In turn, Prime Minister Plenković conveyed condolences over the tragic Pahalgam attack.
हम सहमत हैं कि आतंकवाद मानवता का दुश्मन है, लोकतंत्र में विश्वास रखने वाली शक्तियों का विरोधी है। 22 अप्रैल को भारत में हुए आतंकी हमले पर संवेदनाओं के लिए हम प्रधानमंत्री जी और क्रोएशिया सरकार के हार्दिक आभारी हैं। ऐसे कठिन समय में हमारे मित्र देशों का साथ हमारे लिए बहुत मूल्यवान था। हम दोनों सहमत हैं कि आज के वैश्विक वातावरण में भारत और यूरोप की साझेदारी बहुत महत्व रखती है।
We have also talked about Indian efforts to conclude the free trade agreement with the European Union, which Croatia supports. We believe that these negotiations will finalize as soon as possible, negotiations about free trade agreement, because that will strengthen our cooperation and it will facilitate easier trade between Croatia and India.
Reaffirming their commitment to democratic values and global peace, PM Modi also met Croatian President Zoran Milanovic, laying the foundation for a renewed partnership. In a poignant moment, Prime Minister Plenković showed Prime Minister Modi the very site where a military rocket struck the presidential palace in 1991, an event that marked Croatia's secession from Yugoslavia. Honoring the spirit of freedom, the two leaders paid tribute at the monument to the homeland, a symbol of Croatia's resilience and unity. The visit also included a stroll through the heart of Zagreb, where Prime Ministers Modi and Plenković explored the city's rich cultural heritage and vibrant streets. More than just a diplomatic visit, Prime Minister Modi's presence in Croatia signals a deeper economic and strategic embrace between India and Europe. With Jessica Taneja, Bureau Report, DD India.
India's Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal on Wednesday highlighted the stability and predictability that the recently concluded India-UK Free Trade Agreement brings for businesses in both the countries. During a session at the India Global Forum UK-India Week titled Agreement to Action in the UK-India FTA in London, the minister shared his optimism around the good marriage agreed between both the countries, which will lead to bilateral trade doubling in 5 years. The minister also highlighted the tremendous opportunities that the Indian growth story offers to the UK and how businesses on both the sides can leverage complementary strengths for shared growth.
Country in the world has some competitive advantages over the other. There would be areas in which UK would be very strong and can add huge value to the India growth story. And there will be many sectors where India can add value to the UK growth story. We have to bring these complementarities to work together, to engage with each other. We've assessed the entire trade and business climate in both countries. There's hardly anything on which we really compete. We actually complement each other.
Let's get you updates on Ahmedabad plane crash now. 6 days after the unfortunate incident, authorities continue to work round the clock to ensure that DNA samples could be matched and remains handed over to the grieving families as quickly as possible. So far, tests have verified the identity of 210 victims who died on 12th of June crash, and the mortal remains of 187 victims were handed over to their families. Remaining families are also being contacted and mortal remains will be handed over soon. The testing is being done by teams from FSL and National Forensic Sciences University. The Gujarat government is closely coordinating with the civil hospital to ensure smooth communication between officials and victims' families. The Indian Met Department has issued a yellow alert for Delhi NCR, predicting light to moderate rains, thunderstorms, lightning and windy conditions with 50 to 60 kilometers per hour speed, especially during the night till Thursday. Similar weather conditions will also prevail in nearby cities. The minimum temperature in Delhi is expected to settle at 27 degrees Celsius, while the maximum temperature is likely to reach 33 degrees Celsius. Also, monsoon is likely to arrive in parts of Himachal Pradesh in the next 2 to 3 days. The southwest monsoon covered entire Jharkhand on Wednesday, bringing widespread rainfall that is likely to continue across the state till 20th of June. While an orange alert has been issued in Bihar, further a red alert was also issued in Assam and orange alert has been issued in bordering states in northeast India. Warning of moderate to heavy rainfall and thunderstorms also persists. As rains continue to lash parts of Kerala, normal life is disrupted in many parts, especially in central northern regions of the state, with river levels rising, homes getting inundated and hundreds being shifted to relief camps. As the monsoon intensifies across Gujarat, parts of the state are dealing with more than just a change in weather. The Met Department issued an orange alert for Surat, Valsad and Bharuch, warning of heavy to very heavy rainfall in the coming days. Emergency teams have been deployed in the worst hit districts and authorities have urged residents to stay indoors during intense spell of rain. Hurricane Erick has now converted to an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane. Forecasters warn that the system is undergoing rapid intensification and is expected to become a major hurricane later today. The hurricane is expected to bring potentially destructive winds and life-threatening flash floods to portions of southern Mexico late on Wednesday and Thursday. Hurricane Erick is expected to strengthen before making landfall, bringing with it storm surges, coastal flooding and destructive waves. Forecasters predict of intense rainfall across the Mexican states of Oaxaca and Guerrero, bringing life-threatening flooding and mudslides. Israel's foreign ministry reported a direct hit on a hospital in the south on Thursday after Iran fired a fresh salvo of missiles at the country. A direct hit has been reported at Soroka Hospital in Beersheba, southern Israel. Israel said it destroyed Iran's internal security headquarters in Tehran as more explosions are reported in the Iranian city of Karaj and the nearby Payam airport as the conflict enters the 7th day. Israel said it targeted Iran's missile manufacturing capabilities and also carried out a series of strikes targeting over 20 military sites in Tehran. The Israeli military assesses that it has significantly degraded Iran's ability to fire large barrages of missiles towards Israel. Meanwhile, Iran has said that it fired medium-range ballistic missiles towards Israel. Tehran has imposed nationwide temporary restrictions on internet access across the country. The Ministry of Information and Communications Technology cited security concerns for this. As the Israel-Iran conflict enters its 7th day, President Trump held a Situation Room meeting on Wednesday afternoon to discuss the U.S. options. While saying earlier that his patience has already run out with Tehran, Trump indicated that he has not yet made a final decision on whether the U.S. would get involved. Trump said he's still weighing his options on the U.S. military intervention in the escalating hostilities.
Got a ways to go. They should have, look, they should have made the deal. I had a great deal for them. They should have made that deal. 60 days we talked about it, and in the end they decided not to do it, and now they wish they did it. And they want to meet, but it's, it's a little late to meet, but they want to meet, and they want to come to the White House. They'll even come to the White House, so we'll see. I may do that.
In the updates on Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russian President Vladimir Putin on Thursday said that he's ready to meet Ukrainian President Zelensky, but only if it is during a final phase of negotiations. During a roundtable discussion with editors from international news agencies on Wednesday, Putin said Russia wants to end the conflict in Ukraine as soon as possible through peaceful means. The Russian president said that Moscow remains open to substantive talks aimed at settling the conflict in Ukraine. However, the Putin government questioned Zelensky's legitimacy as a representative of Ukraine.
I'm ready to meet everyone, including Zelensky. I'm even ready to meet with him, but only if it is some kind of final phase, so as not to endlessly sit and divide something, but to put a point to it. However, the signature must belong to legitimate authorities.
Back home, over the past 11 years, India has undergone a quiet revolution, transforming from a red tape economy to a red carpet destination for investors and entrepreneurs, leading to ease of doing business across every stage of an enterprise's life cycle. Under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister, today India is the third largest startup ecosystem, a global innovation hub and a preferred investment destination globally after the US and China. Further, a rise of 79 ranks from 142 in 2014 to 63 in 2019. It has been recorded in the ease of doing business rankings. In 2023-24, India registered 1.8 lakh new companies, marking a 16% increase from 2022 to 23. 4 new labour codes have been implemented to promote labour welfare. The government's enabler approach is quite evident through landmark decisions such as removing retrospective taxation and angel tax and lowering corporate tax. Besides, steps have also been taken to ensure regulatory and legal simplification, including decriminalization of 50 out of 81 compoundable offences under Companies Act. 45,051 compliance burdens have been eliminated. New web-based form Spice Plus was introduced in 2020. This integrated platform significantly reduces procedures, time and costs associated with starting a business in India. Also, the number of patents granted increased 17-fold from 5,978 in 2014-15 to 1,03,057 in 2023-24. And last but not the least, a national single window system now allows obtaining all approvals through a single platform, ensuring easier compliance. World Sickle Cell Awareness Day is observed annually on June 19th. It serves as a crucial platform for raising awareness about sickle cell disease, a genetic blood disorder affecting millions worldwide. The disease aims to highlight the struggles faced by those with the sickle cell disease, promoting understanding of the disease and streamlining efforts towards improving patient care and finding a cure.
Sickle cell disease is a chronic single-gene disorder that causes a debilitating systematic syndrome which significantly reduces life expectancy. It is characterized by chronic anemia, acute painful episodes, organ infarction, and chronic organ damage. SCD leads to various severe health complications. It causes red blood cells to become abnormally shaped like a crescent or sickle. These sickle-shaped cells can block the blood flow, leading to pain and other serious health complications. Sickle cell disease is particularly prevalent in India, especially among the tribal population. This disease affects hemoglobin, resulting in a wide range of health issues, significantly affecting the patient's quality of life. The International Awareness Day also seeks to increase public knowledge and understanding of the challenges experienced by the patients, their families, and caregivers. In India, 8.6% of the population, or 67.8 million people, are identified as tribal. The National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission aims to address the significant health challenges. Launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 1st of July in the year 2023, the mission aims to eliminate sickle cell disease in India before 2047. Bureau Report, DD India.
With that, we end this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.